Patricia F. Gorecki Riley by Carrie Peavy. Patty Riley was born on June 19, 1929, and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She loved all the Gemütlichkeit, a German word used to convey the idea of a state of feeling warmth, friendliness, and good cheer that Milwaukee had to offer her in Bayview. We've heard it said that the house had a swinging door where all were welcomed. Many a cribbage game was played, authentic Polish meals shared, and holiday tradition honored in that homestead. The street sign may have read Kinnickinnick Avenue, but the family jokingly said that the Goreckis actually lived on Stubborn Street. Patricia was a very loving, generous, and kind person with a strong character and work ethic, which she developed on Stubborn Street. These traits were very obvious as she faced challenges, especially in her later years. She kept herself in good physical shape by exercising throughout her life, which benefited her later when medical challenges reared their ugly heads. Patty worked hard, efficiently, and quickly. Some of the jobs she held were waitressing at Walgreens, serving as a teacher's aide for mentally challenged students, and assembling electrical components at AC Delco, where she would meet and later marry her boss, the love of her life. She kept an impeccably clean house and took pride in keeping it up to meet her high standards. She could run circles around many people who were decades younger. Marshall used to joke about all the vacuum cleaners they owned. Each one had a special purpose. He would kid her about having to put on his aviator earmuffs to block out the loud noise whenever she brought out her Kirby vacuum cleaner, because it hurt his ears so much. When Marshall retired, he really wanted to move to a small town like he was raised in, but Patty said she could never leave her home in Bayview. She surprised her family when, as fate would have it, she took one pass through a home for sale on Conestoga Circle and asked Marshall, "When can we move?" So they loaded up the truck and moved to Eagle on a cold day in December. Rolling hills, shooting stars, coyotes. She would spend the next 40 years in this home and more than once be heard proclaiming, "I don't ever want to leave my home," this time in Eagle. Marshall was very proud of how she took care of herself and lovingly referred to her as always a lady. The two were inseparable. It was very hard to say one of their names and not the other. That's just how it was. If she wasn't back when he thought she ought to be, he would worry. But as soon as he saw her red Camaro approaching the cul-de-sac, he would strongly urge that we move out of her way so that she didn't go through the other end of the garage. All was well again because she was home. His later passing would leave a deep hole in her heart. Her last years were not so easy, but she persevered through it all. The last time we saw Patty was on a beautiful sunny day. She woke up long enough for Art to feed her a few bites of chocolate ice cream and visit with us. We are so thankful for that time. Since we couldn't find it in our hearts to say goodbye, we said, "We will see you later." We look forward to the time when we will once again greet her, and she will reply as she usually did, "I am wonderful, fabulous, top of the world." She will really mean it, because that is what she is now enjoying in her new life in heaven, forever and ever and ever.